All right, so today we are talking about your portfolio website. Okay, so a lot of you already may know this information, but I just want to briefly cover it. There's a lot more that we could cover, but due to time, we have to keep it brief. All right, so let's talk about what goes into your portfolio website and some brief terminology about a website and what is included. Right, so this is parts of a website. Hopefully, you guys already know these parts. If not, I just want to briefly cover them. So, at the top, we have a header. Then we have sometimes a sidebar or a call to action. Then we have the footer, which is down at the bottom. And we have content, which is where you put your important information. All right, so let's go over and cover what is in those parts. So in the header or the banner, it's usually it is at the top of the page. This may contain the company information, such as the website or some contact information and the company name or the business or person's name of the website that you're looking at. Sometimes it has a search bar to take you back to either the homepage or just search for things that you may be looking for on the website. The header always stays consistent at the top of each page of the website that you're visiting, and it also usually contains the navigation to your website. Sometimes the navigation can fall on the sidebar as well, but we're going to keep it on the top for your site. All right, so navigation, aka navigation bar or main menu. So this is where you put links to pages, other pages on your website. It's usually in the header or just below it. It may also be on the side of your website. So some people like to have it over on the side. And this always should stay consistent throughout your website so people are familiar with where to go and how to navigate your site. It's really important that your navigation is consistent always. Every page should look the same in terms of navigation and header. And then when viewed on a mobile device, it usually turns into a 3-line icon or the hamburger, just for size constraints. You guys are most likely used to seeing this, such as here, where it says menu. Okay. All right. So, content area. This is where the main information is located, where you put all of the important communication that your visitor consumes on your website. All the elements used to communicate your message. Website content is the information your visitors consume or take in when they're visiting your site. This may be text, images, icons, or video clips. And finally, the footer. So, this often contains copyright information on your website, who created it, the last time it was updated, or when it was first created. It also includes contact information, a site map, and social media icons. Not always, but sometimes if you want to redirect people to your social media. All right, so let's talk about planning your website. So, the purpose of your website, of your personal portfolio page, is to highlight the work you've created this year and to show evidence of what you are learning. Okay, so it's one thing to just turn in an assignment to Google Classroom, but when we are in a art class, we need to show our portfolio or a body of work that we've been working for or working on throughout the year. Your audience will be me, your classmates, and other teachers at GTHS. If you are planning on applying for art schools, you can also use your portfolio for that purpose as well. If this is the purpose of your portfolio, please make sure that it looks very professional. All right, so we'll go over that and let me know if that is the case, and we will modify it and perfect it before you send it off. How many pages will there be? So if you are planning on having multiple pages, it can be helpful to draw out a diagram of what the structure of your site might look like, such as this picture that I've included. So you have your home page, an about us page, a facts page, products. So you would lay out each individual page, and then within that page, you have sub pages. All right, so a lot of your teachers are using Google Sites, and they should have sub pages. I know that you've been directed to my website, and it does have pages underneath other pages. So sub pages are called. Your site is going to have at least 2 pages. You're going to have a home page with information about you, and you are going to have your portfolio page. If you have other personal work that you want to share on your portfolio site, you can add an additional page and name it um, personal portfolio or outside portfolio or something different. Maybe you're in the pathway and you want to add your stuff from DeBoard or Harvey's class. You can do a traditional artwork page. If you're creating something else, you can also create a page for that work. Okay. All right, so your color scheme and imagery. So if you are creative, which you all have found out that you are, and you do have some of those skills, you can design your own color scheme, graphics, and icons. Another way to use, another way is to use ready design templates. So we are actually going to use a design template, and you can modify that template as you create your site. So remember, the site is also a reflection of the work that you are doing. All right, so I posted some examples. So your homepage should be your first impression that, whoops, that people see. Viewers should be able to answer the what is the purpose of this website by looking at your homepage. It must speak to your target audience. So you must answer questions that me, Mrs. Temples, and your classmates have about what we are about to see on your website. And it's going to introduce you as the artist. And I have posted some student examples here, and I'm going to post this website along with the video so you can take a look at it and go over it. Your portfolio page should display your work. It's going to typically start and end with your best pieces. So for our portfolio site, we're just going to start at the very beginning. So what you first did was like your nameplate, and then we're going to go all the way down to the last project we completed, which was the postcard. But if you were doing this for college, then we would set it up so it would be your best piece first, like one of your strongest pieces first, and then your strongest pieces last. A portfolio should have 12 to 20 pieces. Right now, we only have a maximum of 10 um, that we've done for this class. So you should have no more than 10 for your portfolio class page. It should also have a description of your process for each piece that you created. So don't say, oh, because Mrs. Temples made me do it. You need to talk about what you learned. Was it difficult? Did you enjoy the process? Did you learn anything new? Why did you choose the colors that you did? Why did you choose the layout that you did, etc.? All right, so these are your site requirements. You have to have a home page. You must have a main image. So this can be either a piece of artwork that you've created or a portrait of yourself. It needs to have information about you and why you are taking graphic design. So tell us about you. Portfolio, list each piece you have created, discuss your process, and talk about what you learned. Where did your inspiration come from? Again, you need to have by the end of the year, you're going to have between 12 and 20 pieces. You should have about 18 or 19 pieces at the end. Right now, you're only going to have 10 at the max, again, for first semester. All right, so that is how you go about creating your portfolio website. And in the next video, I will talk about exactly how to create that website.